Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder with another AITA story for you. This one is, am I the astronaut for treating my stepson like an adult? So I, 25 female, have a stepson, Riley, 8 male. My husband, Harry, 29 male, has full custody, and his job has just sent him away for a whole month, so I'm taking care of Riley. Now, I will admit I don't know much about children. I'm the youngest person on both sides of my family, and growing up, I spent most of my time in the hospital and getting bullied by cousins, so I genuinely have no clue about what kids get up to. Obviously, I know the basics like homework, playdates, etc., but I never really paid much attention to what Riley did every single day when he had nothing scheduled because my husband took care of them. I asked my husband about how I was supposed to entertain Riley, and he said that I should just let him do his own thing until he says he's bored, but that didn't feel right to me. Like I should bring him home from school and just let him sit in his room with his iPad? That doesn't sound healthy. I decided that I should teach things like baking, card games, board games, etc. So far, he's learned how to make cupcakes with minimal support, and he's learned how to play chess, checkers, and 5 card games. I've also taught him things like how to lay a table and table etiquette, a few silly little magic tricks, and how to do a really shit British accent to annoy my British father. I made sure he stayed on top of his homework and social obligations too. He spent last weekend with my in-laws, and when I went to pick him up, mother-in-law was very annoyed at me. Apparently, he kept asking her to let him bake all weekend, and he refused to do anything besides card games with father-in-law all weekend too. She said that I wasn't letting him just be a child and entertain himself because I felt inadequate as a step-parent, which I guess is true. She complained to my husband, and she's been pestering him to let Riley stay with them until he's back. My husband is also annoyed with me because he told me to let Riley get up to his own thing, and I instead overthought it, and they said I was treating him like an adult and stealing his childhood. My parents also said that it was weird of me to be so worried about Riley keeping himself busy, and this all could have been avoided if I chilled out. Am I the asshole? Apparently the child didn't mind it. Apparently Riley didn't mind this because when he went to visit the grandparents, he wanted to keep going, right? He wanted to keep exploring these things. He wanted to bake. He wanted to play card games. He wanted to do these new things that he had discovered. It is easy as a parent to say, go chill in your room, or to let them make that choice and go chill in the room and get on the computer or play Xbox or stare at their phone for hours and hours and hours. I understand that's the easy thing for us as parents to do, and we all probably overdo that. Let them do it too often. I think when someone takes the effort and shows the initiative to actually have some constructive quality time with your child, why on earth would that ever be a bad thing? Why on earth would letting someone, let alone your spouse, spend quality time with your kid and teach them new things, why would that be a bad thing? I have a feeling that OP's husband here wouldn't have said jack shit if his parents hadn't been annoyed. It's because his mom bitched to him that he bitched to her. Otherwise, he probably would have been thankful and would have been like, yeah, that's awesome. Cool. I'm glad that you did those things. If anything, he may have been subliminally annoyed because she set the bar a little bit higher for him for things that he now has to do or should do on his own. But I think it's a great lesson. You've got someone who from an outsider third person perspective, even though she's married to him and even though this child is in the house all the time, when the ball got dropped in her lap, she said, okay, what's the right thing to do? And did it. And people are pissed at her for doing it. But guess what? If someone gets pissed off at you for doing the right thing, they must not have the kid's best intentions at heart. Doing the right thing can be annoying. The result of doing the right thing can be annoying. It doesn't mean it's not the right thing. OP is NTA. Let's do it. Let's make it official. OP, NTA, OP, NTA. I just popped straight into that mic. Sorry, microphone. And for all of you listening right now that just got air that just like blasted out of your phone, OP, you are not the asshole. You did the right thing here. It sucks that someone got annoyed about the result of you doing the right thing, but it's clearly the right thing to do here because Riley responded so positively to it and wants to keep going with it. If Riley had been like, no, I really just want to go play in my room. I just want to go play Xbox or look at my phone, you know. Kids aren't shy about telling you when they don't like something, right? Like they are not going to be shy about it. And if he was miserable, it would have been very clear. But that wasn't the case. And we know that wasn't the case because he carried the passion for it over to his grandparents who got annoyed by it and whatever. You did the right thing. And they'll get used to it. If you keep going this route and if you pull your husband into this route and start building at least some structured quality time in there, it will benefit everyone. And eventually, grandparents will become less annoyed by it because they'll get used to it and they'll be more prepared for it. So don't stop doing the right thing just because it annoys someone. OP. not the asshole. It is a little bit of a Kobayashi Maru because if she had just let him sit there, she would have been following instructions and maybe there wouldn't have been any one bitch about it, but it wouldn't have been the right thing. And that was probably the loss.